Hi everyone, this is Jamie here with Creative Joy Stamping, and I first of all want to thank Wendy very much for allowing me to demonstrate a couple of Christmas cards. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. We're going to be doing a fairly quick and simple shaker card, and then I'm going to show you how to make a card out of the scraps that you have left over. So to get started, you are going to need some balmy blue cardstock, and you can cut your bases either 8.5 by 5.5 or 4.25 by 11. And I just want to make sure that you can see these here. I'm trying out a new position with my phone so that it's actually close. So this is the 8.5 by 5.5, and we're just going to fold the base. I'm going to use my bone folder here and crease it. Bone folder is one of the best card making tools you can have. It just smooths out your edges here. And so I have two different shapes of cards, or I guess they're going to open two different ways here. The next thing that I'm going to be using are these clear envelopes, and Stampin' Up! Sells these. They are clear medium envelopes, and it's a package of 50, I believe. Yes, 50. And this is going to allow you to make your shaker. The next thing that you are going to use is your designer series paper, and I'm going to actually show you two different designs here. And this is cut, both of these are cut at 5.25 by 4. And then I always do the insides of my cards, and these insides are also cut at 5.25 by 4. And then you also want to make sure that you decorate your envelopes. We don't want naked envelopes. But then we're going to have two different styles of greetings, and I kept them fairly simple. So this is using the balmy blue glimmer paper. And one of the things I love about our glimmer paper is that it is no longer a glimmer paper or a glitter that actually gets everywhere. So, so this is the greeting. I've already got it stamped. It is 2 by 3, so 2 inches by 3 inches. So this is just 1/4 inch bigger, and this is 3.25 inches by 2.25 inches. For the second card, I just am using strips for my greeting, and so this is 1/2 inch by 5.25 inches, and that's also using the balmy blue glimmer paper. And then this here is really only a scrap piece of white cardstock, but it is for measurement purposes, it is 1 inch by 5 inches. So that should be everything that you need, and now we're gonna learn how to put together these quick shaker cards. So I'm gonna demonstrate one, and then I'll show you a few that are put together. Also, I didn't mention that I did for bling, I am using also these blue adhesive backed gems, and I'll show you those in a bit. So a great thing about these shaker cards is how quick they go together. So what you want to do first is start with your designer series paper. You are going to take your clear envelope and stick the designer series paper right in the clear envelope, just like this. and you will see that you have this edge here. So basically what you are going to do with that edge is so what I did is the flap here is on the front. So this is the pattern here that I want to use. So this flap here is on the front so that I can fold it to the back and stick it down in a bit. So this extra piece along the edge here, you are going to put tear and tape on and fold it over. So I'm going to do that right now. And this is what your tear and tape would look like. It's tear and tape adhesive, and mine here, I'm using this last roll here. So we're just going to apply it here, and it's nice and easy to tear off. And then you want to make sure that it's down nice and firm, and then you just tear the back of it off like so. And you're going to fold this over and just make sure that your edge is nice and snug. So the next item of business then is to take your snowflakes, and these actually are the snowflake sequins. You can actually take any type of sequins that you want to make shaker cards. I sometimes, if I don't want to use the same type of thing, I will combine a couple of different things. But I just take a couple of pinches, and you're gonna just throw it right here in the envelope like so, and try to get all the ones that are clinging to you off. And there you have your sequins in here. So now you just want to make sure they're all contained there in the front, and grab your strays here. And then you're going to take off this strip on the back of these, and you're gonna lay this down tight against your designer series paper, and now you have your sequins nice and contained. So it's literally that simple. I would then recommend that you again use tear and tape. This is just a nice solid adhesive to use when you are doing a project like this that is gonna, I don't know, it's gonna like maybe not work well with other adhesive. I have had somebody try this with the multi-purpose adhesive glue, the liquid glue, and it's just messy. So this seems to be the easiest way to do this, and it's also gonna stay put. It's not gonna go anywhere because this adhesive is real good. It just takes a tiny bit longer to apply because you've got to peel the backing off, and if you're like me and you don't have nails, then it might take a little bit. I will say that you could use your U-Pick tool to get this started, and that makes it a lot easier sometimes. So in other words, use your pointy end here and you can get this started for you. And it'll lift. And this tear and tape is so sticky, it's sticking to me. All right, so now all we are going to do here is center this and put it down like so. And then I actually cheated, so you're gonna take these. I cheated, I did this ahead of time for you guys for time's sake. But I did cheat a little bit with the ones that I used. I actually used this punch, you can either punch the ends inverted or outward, or I guess concave and convex, if that's the correct word. I can't remember. It's been too long since I've been in school. But the easy way to do this, if you don't have this punch, is to cut up the center and just then make your flag by cutting into the center, like so. And you kind of eyeball where you want to stop. Oops. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use tear and tape to put this down. And I didn't need to use tear and tape on this one. It's just handy right now. This could use any type of tape runner. And I'm just going to put this across the bottom here. And then what I'm going to do here is use some Stampin' Dimensionals. And don't mind, one of the things we say in stamping is that you get at least 2 shots if you make a mistake. Now this actually was being used for something else, but you can see that you always have 2 surfaces. So if you mess up one, turn it over and try again. That's why we always say don't ever stamp after you've got the card put together or after you are cutting something out, because you want to be able to fix the mistakes. So anyway, then the last thing I would do is put some bling on, and then I have a card that looks like this, and my inside looks like this, and my envelope looks like this. So again, we always say decorate your envelopes and your insides. It just makes your cards look more finished. And as you can see, this is a fancy shaker card, but it did not take much effort. So the other way that you could do that is exactly by doing exactly the same thing. So you would just use the top fold. You're going to put your shaker card together exactly the same way. And I'm just going to kind of quickly demonstrate. So you would hear it right there. And then I've got this, this greeting ready to go, and your shaker would be at the bottom. And here is how that would turn out. So you've got your shaker card, your greeting. I did pop this greeting up with Stampin' Dimensionals as well. I have my bling. And when you are putting bling on your cards, you want to make sure that you are doing it in odd numbers. I try to start with 3s. Sometimes 1 is enough, but I try to start at 3, and sometimes you find that you need more. But try to stick probably mostly with odd numbers, so like 3, 5, 7. So anyway, there is the inside for that one, and my envelope. So there are 2 quick ways that you can do your shaker cards. Your Season Sparkle and Snowflake Wishes. All right. So after you are done cutting up your designer series paper to make your shaker cards, or anytime you're actually cutting up designer series paper, you always have scraps, do you not? And so in this case, my scraps were probably about 1.5 inches, and I just cut them all into 1/2-inch strips. So you do need a couple of longer strips to start this technique off. but for the most part, this is all you're going to use. You're going to still use your card base. So I have this one ready to go. So I am going to just use this 4 1/4 by 11 card base so that it is ready. And then you're going to utilize, so your Whisper White sheet is going to be a base, but it's also going to be the inside of your card. And then what you need to do for this card to make out of scraps is you need to have some adhesive sheets. And these are 12 inches, I believe, by 6 inches maybe. And I'm going to show you this one here is cut. I've already used it twice, and you can see that these adhesive sheets have cuts that are on the back already here. And what I prefer to do, so these pieces here, the adhesive is on the front of those pieces. So what I prefer to do is get it started and turn it over so that I am laying the adhesive on its back. The adhesive, or the side basically, that has the adhesive on the front. Oops, that one just didn't want to let go. Anyway, so my adhesive now is on the front of here. So it's in between these two pages, but I like the sheet that has the adhesive on it to be laying on its back with the adhesive face up, because that allows me to place this on easier. Sorry, I'm getting these out of my way. And then all I do is I peel this back slightly and I hold it with my hands and I start my corner. My Whisper White cardstock goes right in the corner, and then I just lay it across and I pull my sheet back like this. And normally you're going to have a huge sheet, and then you're going to be able to roll this back over the edge like so, and you're going to actually make sure that you cut off all of your edges. So you just want to cut off all of the extra adhesive edges with this paper back over the top, otherwise you're going to have a sticky mess everywhere. And then these small little pieces you can use kind of like tear and tape, and just use them anywhere. So now you have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then you have these sheets on the back that you are going to peel off. And what's going to happen then is you are going to leave one entire side of your card or your card layer. This is just the layer. This is not going to be the base, but now you have the entire top part of it sticky. And if you don't have one of these are amazing. This is a silicone mat, and anytime I'm using any type of like adhesive or glue or anything, it's really nice because if it gets on this silicone mat, you can just rub it off, and it rubs off very easily. So I'm just utilizing it today because I don't want adhesive to get onto my black mat below. So this is what I call kind of a quilting, like a quilting technique. And I literally just kind of place these 1/2 inch strips just like so, and then you're just basically going to start adding pieces. And you do not want any adhesive space between them, like so. And you're just going to keep going until you have your entire space covered. Okay, and I'm not going to do this under the camera because you get the gist of that. Actually, what I will do though, so these I go this direction, perpendicular to the piece that I lined up, and I do that for a couple of rows. And if that happens, it's always great when mistakes happen on camera because then you can show fixes. But if you get a lot of sticky there, just then get your tape runner and you can fix that. So anyway, you just line these up. Now with this little space, I'm actually going to continue going this way and then I'll continue going this way. So I'm actually going to set that aside so that you can see exactly how this turned out. So basically what I have done here is I have, see, I've finished my quilting pattern this way and some that way. I've used the exact same shape as the greeting before. I have popped it up on dimensionals, and what I'm going to do with this one is a similar layout. But I'm going to stick this down in the corner here like this. And this ribbon, I'm going to show you a trick with it. I have it all tied and ready to go. So I'm actually going to put my ribbon down like this. And I like to use glue dots on ribbon. For some reason, I just feel like it's easy to stick on. I got 2 little dots on there, and then I'm just going to stick it on. And I find that using 2 pieces of ribbon is much easier than trying to tie a bow around the entire thing. So I cut about a 5.5 by 6 inch piece of ribbon about this big, and I just tape it with Scotch tape around the back, and then I put my adhesive on the back of this white cardstock, and then this is about a 10-inch piece of ribbon, and I get my ribbon like how I like it, and the knot how I like it, and then I tie the bow and glue it on with glue dots. I just find that a lot easier and a lot nicer than trying to fool with a big long piece of ribbon and trying to wrap it around the entire thing. So 2 quick, easy cards, one made with scraps, the other is a quick way to make your shaker cards. And if you do not have matching ribbon, I wanted to show you a quick trick. I think that you guys will like this. One of the things that I love about Stampin' Up! And have always loved about Stampin' Up! Is that their things coordinate. So if you don't have ribbon that matches, or even if you don't want to spend a lot of money on different kinds of ribbon because you're afraid you're not going to use it, this is a great way to actually coordinate your ribbon. So you just get this metallic edge ribbon. It's 3/8 of an inch, and it comes in silver edged and gold edged. You can also do this with other ribbons, other like neutral ribbons, neutral colored ribbons. And then you get one of our blender pens. This is Stampin' Up's version of alcohol marker, like a Copic marker. And I always like the dark color for ribbon, and you literally color it. And now you have ribbon that matches your project. Now you do want to give this a few minutes to dry. It does go through and it will stain your paper down below or anything, so don't make I mean, don't color this on your project or anything, but easy way to coordinate your ribbon with your project. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video and this tutorial, and I hope you have so much fun making your holiday cards. And I hope that we can talk another time. And have a great day.